leading self. For me, I guess, one of the tougher areas of leadership. It's easier, again, to deal with the abstractions, Let me lead the entire business and you'll never quite get to see me. When I have to lead teams, I feel much more vulnerable, and when I have to lead individuals, I feel much more vulnerable because they can see a lot more of me. And when I have to lead myself, look, I can see all of myself. So the thing I had to accept a long time ago is that this was going to be a journey, and I had to take responsibility for who I was going to be. Who am I really? And play with those questions. You've got to be comfortable with the fact that the answer will shift. The answer has shifted as I've dealt firstly with income issues in my 20s. I had to pay bills and I had to put food on the table and have a place to stay. In your 30s, young family and trying to deal with some wealth issues. And maybe I'll be lucky enough in my 40s to move beyond that and deal with legacy issues. But my point is that when you develop yourself, the age you're at and where you are in life has a big influence on what it is you're trying to do with yourself. So at most, we can just be conscious about that. We can be intentional. I have my own intentions currently. There's some things that I'm working towards. And right now, those things are to still have as much impact and influence as possible. And as that ski instructor said, with smaller movements. How will you know when your vision for yourself has been achieved? And for me, I'll know when this phase, when this part of the vision for myself is done, particularly in terms of organizational leadership. So when people walk away from working with me and their eyes are alive. I guess another part of it is that I'll have finished this part of the leadership journey when it's less important for me to lead. We all have to own up to our dark sides, and for my dark side, I never want to be a follower. I always want to be in front. And I think there's going to be some piece of learning that when I finally figure out that it's okay to be following, I'll be a better leader. So, less of a sense of urgency for me and more of a sense of comfort. Now, if that makes sense to you, that's great. If it doesn't, that's great too. What I would suggest is whoever's on this journey, by now you're on the 8th conversation of 9 and you're in the final dimension, you're in self. It's a very intimate part of the journey. You really need to look at yourself quite deeply, and you're gonna come to some uncomfortable truths that you should share with other people. It makes them less difficult to carry.